Okay, so hey, I'm going to do a Q&A now. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm actually on a vacation in Greece. I'm a bit lonely because my parents are coming much later. Yeah, I'm wearing glasses. It's my dad's thing, but yeah, I do wear them. But I actually want to get to someplace a little bit more comfortable than my bedroom. So let's try this. It actually worked. So I actually have a little list of questions that I've been asked on Instagram. I put out a picture today, and of course, later on, if other people still want to get to know me better, you can always ask. I'm going to start with the list. The first question was, how did you start singing? That is actually a bit weird. I have been singing ever since I can remember. When I was little, my mother worked in the opera and she took me to one of the performances of The Cunning Little Vixen. And I loved it so much. And like 3 months later, she took me to Hansel and Gretel. And that's when I said, I want to sing. I want to sing in that choir. Who would have thought that 4 years later it would have actually come to that and I sang in that choir for about 8 years. Now I'm too old to sing there. But I keep going on with guitar, which I picked up 3 years ago. So that has actually been a lot of fun. The second question on the list is, what are your nicknames, or what do you prefer to be called? Well, I have a lot of nicknames. I get called Cuddly Bear by one of my best friends, or Pussycat, even though I have no idea where that comes from. My parents actually call me Katya. I don't really like it, but hey, what you gonna do about it? They're your parents. I actually mostly like to be called Kate. My full name is Ekaterina, but it's kind of hard for some people to pronounce that, so I just stick with Kate, and I think that's just fine. So if you ever see me, just call me Kate. Don't start with Ekaterina or whatever. Um, what books on your shelf are begging to be read? To be honest, I have a lot of Russian books, but yes, I do read and speak Russian, but quite slowly. So I think the books that are on my shelf that really are begging to be read is like the Harry Potter series. My mom bought books 1 through 6 when she was a little bit younger than she's now. And like I have read the first and the fourth one in English, but I haven't read the rest. And I bought the seventh in Dutch, which I've read actually a lot of times. So I actually should get started on reading the entire Harry Potter series in English. So yeah, I am a bit disappointed in myself that I only watched the movies, but I'm getting there. I'm trying. The next question is, how often do you doodle and what do your doodles look like? When I doodle, it actually depends on my mood. I actually mostly doodle like smiley faces or like little hearts. It really depends on my mood. I just like to like draw palm trees from time to time or like cartoon characters, but yeah, that's about it. When do I do it? When I'm bored or I just want some quiet time, or when I had lessons in school. I would get bored sometimes. Please don't do that. Pay attention in class. But yeah, I would do that just during classes. Other question is, what do you do if you can't sleep at night? Do you count sheep, toss and turn, try to get up and do something productive? When I can't sleep, actually I toss and turn a lot. Um, Sometimes I just put my headset on and try to listen to some music, and when I think I'm tired enough, I take my headset off and just fall asleep. Or I just start making up stories in my head. which is actually also a lot of fun. Um, Another question that I actually really like: do you save old greeting cards and letters, or do you throw them away? Well, my mom actually saved a lot of birthday cards from when I was little from my grandmother, which actually I'm so happy about. But yeah, a little while ago I looked up some old papers and I found some Christmas cards from like 2-3 years ago and I still keep them. Yeah, I like to keep those things because they're something personal and it's fun to reread them from time to time because you lose touch with some people and like this you remember them. This one actually made me chuckle a bit. How many times do you look at yourself in the mirror? Well, in Belgium, our house is literally filled with mirrors. I think the only room that doesn't have a mirror is my parents' bedroom. Every other room has at least one mirror. Like, in my mom's little room where she spends actually most of her time, she has closets and they're actually like full mirror. So it's hard not to look at yourself in a mirror. But I think I also just do it. I don't know. I don't really look a lot in the mirror, but when I do, it's because I pass one. So I guess every time I see a mirror, I will look at it. What is one guilty pleasure you enjoy too much to give up? I guess that would be eating candy. My mom actually gets mad at me when I eat candy, but I will still do it. I know it's not the healthiest thing, and I try to compensate by eating a lot of vegetables and fruits, but I don't think I would ever be able to give up candy. I mean, it's so tasty. I don't know. I just really love candy. I don't think I would ever give that up. Which animals scare you most and why? I think the only animal that scares me to death, and I'm not kidding about this, are spiders. The tiniest little thing can just freak me out. I've been surrounded here by spiders a lot, and I think I've killed 10, but I die every single time I see one. So yeah, spiders are really my death. I'm scared to death of them, so yeah, spiders. Um, are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage it head on? Well, I guess it depends on what kind of conflict. I mean, if I get called names or something, I would just let it go. But if someone would go against my friends or family, I can really be snappy about it because I'm really protective of my friends and family and I don't just let that go. People can call me names, people can hit me if they want to, but the second you involve my family or friends in it, that's where I actually get angry. Are you a creature of habit? I kind of am. Like, when I go to school, like every morning I would put my alarm 8 times. Yeah, I'm that type of person. I will put my alarm. I have to wake up at 7:30. I will put my alarm at 6:30. Then quarter to 7, 7, 5 past 7, 10 past 7, and 20 past 7. And then once more at 7:30 if I don't get up. So, yeah, I do have that habit, but also when I get up, I first get changed, so I don't have to do it after breakfast. Then I go have my breakfast, brush my teeth, then go downstairs, check if I still need to put something in my school bag, and then I leave. But I think I also have like this habit that I always put on first my right sock and then my left sock and then my right shoe and then my left shoe. I don't know, it sounds a bit weird, but I actually do that. Do you have a whole lot of acquaintances or just a few close friends? And why? Well, I got bullied in high school. Well, in my old school. school where I finally graduated, it was better. But I got bullied a lot and I've had a lot of trust issues. I don't trust people so easily anymore. But it's getting better. The people I know are actually amazing. And my family is the best thing I can imagine. So I got that going for me. Um, so I'd rather, yeah, I have like a few very close friends. And that's more than enough for me. I don't need anything else. What's a strange occurrence you've experienced but have never or rarely shared with anyone? That's actually a tricky question because when I was about 5, I don't know if it was a dream or it was real, but I thought I saw a ghost. Like, you have the plinth at the top of your bedroom, and I was looking up there, and at some point it looked like it fell down, and something came out of it, and it looked like it had a face, like a big cloud of dust. And I got so freaked out, I closed my eyes, and I started screaming. When my parents came back into the room, I dared to open my eyes again, and everything was back to normal. So I don't know if I dreamt it or it actually happened, but I don't tell a lot of people this because it's actually kind of weird. So that's my strange occurrence. Do you prefer that people shoot straight with you or temper their words? Why? I'd rather have people be straight with me because if you don't like me, then you don't like me. I do not want someone like being friendly with me because they think they have to, because that actually makes me angry more. I'd rather have someone just tell me right in my face, I hate you, because I will do the same exact thing. I actually did it this year with a guy in my class. I just told him right into his face that I hated him. And he still tried to be friends, so yeah, that did not work out. So yeah, shoot straight with me. Where is your favorite place to take an out of town guest? Yeah, it depends on where I am. In Belgium, I would take them to the old city and just take them out for a walk and show them like the most touristic places, I guess. Or go by train and visit another city that is close by, which is also very beautiful. I would take them to Bruges or Ghent, if that's what they want, if they want to go out for an entire day. Otherwise, just in Antwerp, the old city, which is also as beautiful. Do you have any catchphrase? I do have a catchphrase when I jump into the water. It's from an old series that I watched, a Russian series. They stopped showing it because of the wolf smoking. It's okay for him to drink vodka, but they kick him out because he's smoking. But yeah, okay. I really loved that show when I was little. My dad had it like on a VHS tape, and every time the wolf got angry at the rabbit, he was like, "Nu zаяц, nu pagadi." And right before I make like a jump into the water, I always shout that. I don't know why, I just love doing that. So I guess that's a bit of a catchphrase I have. How and where do you prefer to study? Well, I actually just sit at my desk, put my headset on, and just listen to music while I study. Then, after I did that, I will record myself reading like everything I wrote down, and then put my headset on and listen to that. That actually really helps me. Like, hearing myself talk really does help me, and I think it can help a lot of people who have troubles with studying. So if you tried everything, just try that. Maybe it can help you out some bit. Another question that I got is, what position do you sleep in? I think I mostly sleep on my stomach. It helps me calm down when I can't fall asleep. It's like the only position that I'm 100% comfortable in, so I guess on my stomach would be your answer? Um, what's your all-time favorite town or city? That's actually a very hard question for me because in I live in Antwerp and it will always be like my number one. But when I go to Greece, I love it when we're in Thessaloniki, when we visit my grandmother. But I also love going to Sofia and in Trudovec. So I don't know, they all have something special. So I can't really choose one specific spot. So yeah, I don't think you can really answer that question. Um, to what extent do you trust people? Well, it depends. With my life, not really. But like with something small, I think I could trust people, but I don't know, I've lost my trust after I've been bullied for about 6 years, so yeah, it depends who you are. If you're my best friend or my parents, I will trust you with my entire heart, but if you're just someone I know, I don't think I can trust you so easily, so that's it depends on who you are. Um, when do you find yourself singing? Well, I guess a little bit all the time. Like when I listen to music, sometimes on the bike, I just start singing along. But I think mostly in the shower. I think my biggest fan is my shower. But yeah, I sing anywhere, anytime. So that's actually a lot of fun. What makes you laugh the most? Well, I have my best friend Alexandra. Like she sometimes says the weirdest things and she cracks me up so hard and I just die of laughter like with the smallest thing she says, or she says something that we both connect to and I can die of laughter. But I think what makes me laugh most, when I was little, my mom would just show me her finger and I would be down. I could be down for like 5 to 10 minutes just laughing. I have no idea why, but I just did. So I think that answers your question. Um, who do you trust more of your friends and family? Well, I definitely trust my mom the most. I tell her everything that's going on with my life. She always supports me in whatever choice I make. So yeah, I guess my mom would be the number one person I trust. I also have like my best friend Alexandra, who's actually, we call each other sister because I don't know, we met only about 1 year ago and it's so crazy that we have so much in common and I would protect her anytime, any day. I would just take the bus and make sure she's alright. I know when something's wrong, so yeah, I think I can trust her with anything. Another question I got is, are you in love? If yes, with whom? That's actually a very tricky question because I think I am in love with someone because I've had a crush on him for about a year now. I'm not going to say who it is because it can get me in real trouble actually. So yeah, I am. I think you can't really call my thing a crush anymore, but yeah, I think I'm in love with someone. So yeah, that's all you get. Um, what was your biggest blunder? Mm, now that I'm thinking about it, I think there was this one time that I actually don't drink alcohol at all, and I had a beer, and I misstepped a bit, and I almost fell on the ground. I was like, I'm still okay. I, I don't know. I think I make a lot of blunders, but they're not like, I don't know. I think my friends will know more about those than I do. Because I think anything I do, any step I make is a big blunder. Because, like, I'm just walking up a staircase and I just fall. I don't know, it just happens. I'm just walking and I fall. I look to the left, I fall. I look to the right, I fall. So, I don't know. I think I just fall a lot, so that might be a big blunder. Who's your idol and why? Well, I really idolize Meryl Streep because she's such an amazing actress. I don't know, I don't think a lot of actors can make me cry or laugh so much as she does. I really love how she is. Also, as a person, she's so kind and warm. So, if I would ever be able to meet Meryl Streep, I think I would just die right there on the spot. So, yeah, I really idolize Meryl Streep. Who is your best friend? So, like I said, Alexandra is my girl best friend, and I have another best friend, Jonathan. I don't know, we have like 12 series in common, which is actually quite weird because up until 2 years ago we saw each other like once a year. Now we see each other like 4 times a week, which is actually quite crazy. And I don't know, we know too much about each other and we have a lot in common too. So yeah, I have three best friends actually. Another girl, which I know actually since birth, Jasmine. I would trust her with anything too. I've known her ever since we were little, and I'm going to keep knowing her because I'm gonna make sure our kids one day know each other. Then Alexandra, who is also my best friend, who I know only for a year, but also knows so much about me that I don't know. I have three best friends, and of course my parents, which I love with all my heart. So yeah, that's about it. I think three best friends and two amazing parents.